Yo my people, what's going on? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm bringing you guys some more Tekken 8 news. Before we get into it, if you please don't mind, like, comment, subscribe down below in the way to our channel, and let's just get right into it.
Sweet, it took some time to figure out what I'm in, what type of word I'm putting in. Many nights I've wasted time thinking the score could make me win.
So today guys, we've got an update from Tekken. They will be, what it seems here, implementing a Tekken Shop feature. See, now I'm not too sure about how I feel about this, because in one of my recent videos I did dunk on Mortal Kombat for having an in-game shop that was horribly overpriced. Like, it was very sneakative the way they tried to get you to make purchases. People were feeling like they were essentially being deceived into making purchases and unaware of what they were actually spending to make purchases, not realizing that they actually had to spend their own cash. I'm hoping that if Tekken are going to implement their own shop, that they do it properly, that everything is reasonably priced and what you get is actually well worth the money for obviously what they're presenting within the shop. I haven't really had much time to think on it, to think on how I really feel, because I do understand that there could be a lot more to the story in terms of character episodes. There could be a lot more in terms of, like, obviously we've got the more or less to be continued after the credit scene for the story. But what I'm imagining more so is this is geared towards the complaints they've been getting about the limited assets that they had in customization. See, for me personally, I didn't believe anything was limited. If you look online, and there's quite a bit of it out there in terms of the content showing you what you could do with the customization kit they've already presented to you, I think it's amazing. Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. They could use more, but you could always use more customization. That's the thing. I mean, how far are you really gonna go? I mean, there's always something you can put in customization that will lead somebody to believe that they can now create their favorite character. As you can see in the game, there's already like tons of anime references. People have gone well above and beyond to use the customization kit to its full potential. I would imagine that Tekken Shop is early response to this, which is very strange, because it's like people in the Tekken community more or less are getting spoiled. And I mean, I don't mind being spoiled by my favorite game, let's not lie, like I don't really mind it at all. But I mean, how far are you gonna make them go before you're really and truly happy? Next on the list, we have obviously behavioural and property changes of moves, and I would imagine they're gonna hit my boy Dragunov hard again, man. It's so frustrating as a Dragunov main from Tekken 7 that they're gonna keep on amputating my guy's arms and legs every single game he comes into, because people are unable to handle the matchup. It's early. It has not been long since this game has been out, and Dragunov's usage rate is sky high. People are already converting to my guy. When since Tekken 7, late Tekken 7, I've been using him, and the only people that are, even JDCR moved on from Dragunov at the late stage of Tekken 7. He was just not viable anymore, and now they're gonna do the exact same thing I feared to him in Tekken 8. Honestly, man, just leave the guy alone. Leave the guy alone, honestly. Because all us Dragunov mains from Tekken 7, you stood by him. You stood by him to the bitter end, and now what they're going to do is all the casuals are complaining about him now, all the tournament players are complaining about him now, and essentially they're going to make him, another armless and legless character, man. It's going to be so frustrating if that happens. I'm really hoping it doesn't, which is why I'm actively trying to say that he's trash now, so they leave him alone. But I doubt that's going to happen, because the majority outweighs the minority clearly in this case. I'm guessing the other operational improvements and bug fixes, so I'd imagine they're going to sort out stuff like, there's like a little cheeky bug that happens when if your opponent cancels after the first match, which happens a lot more than you'd think, and you have pressed rematch, you get stuck on that screen for quite a long while. As in way longer than a 10-second countdown is, you'll get stuck on that screen. You have to basically wait until the game discovers that your opponent has declined the rematch, and then it allows you to go back to the standby mode. It's very strange why it does that, but I've been seeing a lot of complaints on X about it doing that quite often, and it does happen to me a lot. Like when I destroy someone with Dragunov and they can tell the way the match is going, they press basically to run. They run from me. They run far and wide, and as soon as that happens and I press rematch, I now have to wait a good like 20 to 30 seconds for me to be able to go back to the standby page. It's quite irritating, but I'm guessing and I'm hoping that's what they mean by other functional improvements and bug fixes. And obviously the rest of the list is just talking about how they're gonna do another server maintenance like they did before when they did like the early first initial balance patch. So we'll probably get news about that in terms of what time the servers will go down and how long they'll go down for, which is obviously normal in any fighting game setting or any game setting in general, to be honest with you. But what I really want to focus on is this Tekken Shop, because I feel like, I don't want to say it's a make or break. I don't want to say that because that's silly. That's putting too much stock in something that wasn't even in the base game. Let's get that out of the way now. What I do want to talk about is just how much is going to be in the shop, how regularly the shop will be updated, even past that, what is the shop mainly focused on? Is it focused on stuff like potentially you can buy a DLC character and not have to buy the whole lot, or is it going to be based on mainly customizations, colors? And I hope they don't do colors because that's just silly. But mainly like customizations, like you can buy stuff maybe from recent games, maybe old costumes, you know, like for example I was talking about Jin getting his schoolboy costume back from like Tekken 3, Tekken 2. Maybe they'll give Reina like Heihachi's old jacket, who knows. I just want to know what the Tekken Shop is mainly about, because I feel like it's kind of a weird implementation. I feel like that's something you would have decided upon quite earlier on in the game's launch, in terms of it being in the base game in and of itself, rather than it being an add-on. I mean, I can understand if they're thinking along the lines of money, because obviously Tekken 8 has sold 2 million copies in under 3 weeks. It's probably the best that Tekken has ever done market-wise. I'm not entirely sure about that, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, but I'm just wondering, are they trying to capitalize off that? Because I can see a lot of people are enjoying this game. Obviously Tekken Ball is very popular for the casual audience. I can understand why that would be, because that is a lovely throwback. Personally myself, I haven't used it. I go online, I get frustrated, I come off. That's my daily bread when it comes to Tekken. But apart from that, I don't really know what to think. I haven't really made my mind up about what the Tekken Shop will implement. And obviously, as you can see, I think they'll talk about this, or they plan to talk about this more in a live streaming event. So we're going to look out for that, we're going to react to that, see what they have to say, and obviously then I can give you my full and absolute opinion. Right now it's more along the lines of speculation. What could this be? What should I expect? I'm hoping, because obviously the devs are very active on the space and on X and stuff like that, that they'll see the reception that Street Fighter 6 got and the reception that Mortal Kombat 1 got, and they'll hopefully move away from that direction. I don't expect them to be allowing us to use our fight points, or like our fight money that you can use in customization to buy stuff already. I don't expect none of that. I expect actual, as you can see in the bottom, in-game purchases, actual cost-effective purchases. I just really need them to know that it should always be worth the price. Even if you sell something at like $1.99 for like a little jacket, that's great. I mean, it's not that much money, but imagine like a million people buying something for $1.99. I mean, that's more than a million days, you know what I mean? Let's just see what happens. Obviously, I'm always in high spirits about this game. This game has not failed me so far. I mean, in any case, the character I was most excited about before anyone knew he would be broken as hell ended up being broken as hell. So I cannot complain. I have nothing to complain about. I'm very much on the side of this game is great. It's everything it was meant to be. So I think I'll just leave it there. Obviously, it's a short video today, guys. But if you did enjoy, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe down below, and rate up the channel. Until next time, guys. Peace.